conformity. Nearly all people conform to the most norms most of the time. People conform because through socialization they have internalized the norms and the values of their culture. There is a value consensus. Nearly all people in a society agreed on and they shared these values with each other and also on the norms derived from them. Even criminals will often disapprove the actions of the other criminals, which suggests that they shared part of the overall value system. However, the societies need to have ways of ensuring social conformity. All societies have ways of making their members conform to norms. This is achieved by a system of sanctions. Positive sanctions are often referred to as a reward, and so sanctions usually mean negative sanction we consider as punishment. If we talk about the social control way in which members of the societies are made to conform to norms and the values. We discussed two different terms in the definition of the conformity and the non-conformity. Is first is reward, a positive sanction so that someone is praised or is better off. Then we discussed sanctions, ways of rewarding or punishing acceptable or unacceptable behavior, usually used in the sense of punishment we consider as negative basically sanction. Informal social control is exercised by individual and the groups who do not have an official power to do so. It includes, for example, any way in which you might expect disapproval of something your friend have done that you do not like. You might have a negative comment about them or refuse to speak to them until they apologize. Informal social control can seem minor but is often very effective. It can be exercised through glares and the comments like that was rude or expression of anger or disgust. One common form of informal social control in a peer groups of young people is ostracism or the social rejection. Sometimes some types of informal social controls are shame, ridiculous, sarcasm, criticism. When informal social control does not work, then the formal social control may be used. This needs to be done by someone who has authority in that situation, such as teacher, employer, or the police officer. Agencies of the formal social control include the policies and the criminal justice system. They can impose a wide range of formal sanctions such as fine or imprisonment. Agencies of a social control, also known as agencies of socialization. They pass on norms and the values, but they are also able to make people conform. The main agencies of social control are family. Family basically is like a primary socialization in the family that the children absorb norms and the values. The strong bonds between the parents and the children and impressionability of the young children make this most important period of the socialization. Children learn to regulate their own behavior so as not to offend others. They internalize values so that they feel guilt and remorse if they break the norms that are based on them. The next point we have basically schools. In the school system, children are controlled in many ways. They are told what to do and when most of the time. We will explore in our coming lectures, which is basically related to hidden curriculum, which suggests that basically school learning to obey the rules and conform to education is an is as significant for children as learning knowledge and skills basically. The next we have a religion. For those with religious belief, religions offer guidelines and law for how to behave and offer both reward and punishment for their behavior. If they behave positively, they will get rewards, and if they behave negatively, and they will ultimately will be punished. The values of the society are often based on the main religion. Then we have basically a workplace. There are rules and regulations at place of work and others norms that people may need to learn as they settle into a new job. So every workplace has their norms, has their cultures, so the new employees need to learn that culture as quick as possible, and this is the part of their or you can say it's an initial step of their job description. Then we have media. The media offer role models as well as constant messages about how to behave and reminders about rewards and the punishment through offering examples of a good and the bad behavior, both in a factual reporting and in fiction as well. The last we have basically peer groups. These are the powerful agencies of the social control because people feel the need to belong to group. The threat of being rejected is often a powerful one when we feel we have been pushed into behaving in a way that our peers will approve. This is called basically peer pressure. If the agencies fail to control social behavior, then societies have powerful sanctions such as police. They are their responsibility is to they can use the force in the order to execute and implement the law. These are some of the points which comes under the heading of the conformity and the non-conformity.